I'm gonna make this video real quick. Where do I start off at? I don't even know where to start off at. So basically, I traded this stock. There wasn't really much stocks up on the biggest percent gainers scanner. So I saw this stock. I saw the first day. I looked at the daily. I don't think I looked at the flow or anything like that. But I saw this doji candlestick. It looked better on Yahoo Finance. But you see a doji candlestick right here, doji right there, a bunch of dojis right here, and then it spiked one day, came a lot off its highs from, so basically its high was 44 and then it closed at 19. So that's practically a big wick. It left a big wick, which is considered a doji in my opinion. And then the next day it just went from the highs of 22, 23 roughly, and it closed at $4. $4.70. So recently I've been learning this strategy from Tim Gurtani on his trading tickers too. The doji day one. I typically trade that pattern on my own, but I trade the front side of it. When I see a yearly chart like this, and it's showing me a whole bunch of doji candlesticks, these doji day ones, leaving these wicks, that tells me it's just gonna fade for the rest of the day. So as I saw this, I was like, oh, okay, I know what this is, it's not gonna bounce. But I played it anyways just to see if it would. And as you see here, it was up on the day. Pre-market kept perking up. I think like I saw it around like 8 o'clock or something. And it kept perking up higher and higher, but I was like, I'm gonna be disciplined and I'm not gonna trade it because right now this is not the strategy I want to play. I don't want to play these possible low float spiking pre-market, so I didn't want to take that risk. So I said, you know, I'm gonna leave that alone. And then market opened, it started pulling back. It had this spike real quick and then it pulled back. I should have given it more time, but in my anxiousness to want a successful trade and to buy near lows, I just got in here and it broke the lower day by a few cents, maybe like 5, 6, 7 cents, perked back up and then broke again by like 10 cents. My risk was lower day here, which was 465, and it broke and it went down to 456, so that's like almost 10 cents. And then it bounced a little bit, and I was trying to give it more time, and then I think my computer internet went out and I couldn't exit where I wanted to. I forgot to put my stop loss. So, you know, a couple of rules broken here. Give it some more time after a spike. That's one of the rules, or one of the little nuances that I've been learning. Give it time after it spikes. It's gonna need some time to bounce back. Always set your stop loss right after you trade. That's something I forgot to do. And don't trade at home because you know the internet's trash. I don't know what's going on, but it just fades in and out all the time. So then once it started working again, I just cut right here. I give it a little bit of time and then I think I can just cut. And then it pulled back and I got in and then it just came down again. I got out and then it was starting to bounce, and I chased it. Honestly, I chased it after two losses. I just like, okay, I want to make this a successful trade. This might bounce, so I got in 20 cents off the highs. I mean, off the lows, which was 422. I got in at like 445, so over 20 cents off the lows, and then it just started fading, and it broke down. I think my internet got cut off on this one as well, or I probably just waited, I don't remember. And then I gave it another try, a fourth try. Wow, I didn't even realize that. And this time I entered my stop loss order, and it still didn't work. So all in all, on a doji day one, when you see a stock has like doji candlesticks on the yearly chart, most likely it's not going to work. And as you can see here, it faded off, went under the lows, under the open, and stayed under the open and under VWAP. So in Trading Tickers 2, he talks about the strategy, and this is meeting the criteria for a doji day one, which also has an 83% win rate if it meets the criteria, and your average gain is 3%, 3 point something percent. So I saw that and I started trading. I'm like, even before the market opened, I'm like, this is gonna be a doji day one, but let me give it a try. Then it kept fading. I'm like, yep, doji day one is staying under open, and then it stayed under VWAP, and then it bounced back. I missed this bounce, but it wasn't much of a big bounce from the low 90s, probably low 90s, yeah, to it's about a 40 cent bounce. Maybe a little bit here as well, 30-cent bounce, but still not good enough, not a good enough range. And then Gritani was short near VWAP. That's where he would take his short in, and this is where he would be already up on his trade, holding into tomorrow. There's no, I wanted to play the pattern just to see if it would work, but there was no shares available to short. But I'll just watch it just to see, okay, am I mentally right? Am I aware that this is happening? And be more aware of my longs that a doji day one is not going to work. I was playing the doji day ones, but in a different way. But Gritani did it much better than I did, and he really got some hard down like criteria to it. For me, I was just looking for any doji day one, and then shorting that high day, and then taking my gains off right here, and not really holding, or I'll hold for the whole day, and then get my gains out right here, and then not really fully understand how the pattern works. Sometimes I'll probably hold to the second day, but it was too few attempts, and I didn't have any criteria to it. So I think this is a great lesson. Lessons on long and short. On doji day ones, just don't play it, and don't play it too much. And if a trade is just not bouncing, give it time. Use the 5-minute to 15-minute candlestick, and then play the bounce. On the short side, recognize there's doji day ones. Don't play the long. And if there is shares available to short, play it, but be cautious and be careful. That's all.